Well, Lofa, on to the next game, huh? We play the Cardinals this weekend.
Absolutely.
So we might as well just, what do we got to do? What do you want to do? You want to shake it out?
I don't know, man.
I tell the kids, around the house, I'm like, deep breath, in through the nose, out through the mouth, some yoga.
I'm positive. I guarantee you we score more points than last week.
Okay. All right. I like where that's headed.
Guarantee. I don't guarantee often.
I just feel like, though, the question I'm asking you is, I know that you're a guy who, like everybody, you can get stressed out from time to time, I'm sure. Or you have a moment, where you need to kind of center and regroup. And I'm just kind of wondering, how do you do that? Can you lead us through something? Because I need something.
I'll send you some CBD, brah.
Okay, CBD. All right, but nothing right now in the moment.
Zone in CBD.
Got nothing.
No, I don't know. I'm gonna take some deep breaths, man. I think that's supposed to help, right?
Okay. All right.
Deep breaths.
Okay. Let's
Two more.
Oh, two more.
Yeah. You feel better?
I'm gonna pass out. Oh, here's the song.
All right, what do you?
Let's go. All right,
let's get this crowd going now. Come on, get him up. On three. 1, 2, 3.
Lofa Tatupu is up in the mix.
Go Hawks.
I'm just about that action, boss.
Takes the snap. He's going to throw down the middle. What a catch!
It's intercepted by Lofa Tatupu.
Holy catfish!
Hey, that's great football now.
It's going to work now. Let's keep playing.
Who's got my back?
I got your back.
That's Lofa. We're playing.
Trouble plant. Thunder. On one, ready. Play.
Russell looking.
Go Hawks.
Russell scrambling.
Go Hawks.
Pump faking.
Go Hawks.
Still looking. Now he spins out.
We got to fly, baby.
35-40. Down the far sideline. He's still moving. He's going to go.
Yes.
20. 10. They do it again. Touchdown. Seahawks.
It's the podcast on the Bleed Sports Network. I am Seahawks superfan Brett Davern, and he is Seahawks All-Pro legend Lofa Tatupu. Lofa, I always let Steve Rabel say at least 2 or 3 touchdown Seahawks before I start. Hopefully we'll hear a lot of touchdown Seahawks this coming weekend because we got a brand new game ahead of us, everybody. It's the Arizona Cardinals up next, and we're going to get into it on this episode. But first, BetOnline.ag, the best sponsor in the biz. BetOnline.ag, your online wagering experts for all things NFL, MMA, NBA, NHL, table games, casino games. They're open 24/7 online. Use our promo code
Believe50, BLEAV 50.
to get your welcome bonus at betonline.ag. BetOnline remains the #1 spot for all basketball and football action this season. BetOnline, where the game starts. Lofa, Arizona. Well, the whole NFC West. I mean, really, for as sort of like a topsy-turvy, up and down roller coaster of a ride that we're on as Seahawk fans, the NFC West, especially with what happened with the Rams and Niners, I mean, we're still kind of in it, aren't we?
We're not out of it.
We're not.
That's what you're asking, Brett.
We're not in.
We're not
out of it.
We're not out.
We're in. We're out.
Somewhere in between.
We're still in it. That's the whole point. And the Arizona Cardinals.
Or are we in denial?
This is a big matchup, man. Hey, listen, Arizona seemed like they were completely unbeatable about 3 weeks ago, and then they just got waxed this last weekend, much like the Seahawks did. So you got 2 teams with their pride maybe hurting a little bit. Arizona obviously has a better overall record than we do right now. But what are your early thoughts on this one coming up this weekend?
Yeah, I mean, is Kyler Murray going to play? Because, right. I mean, that's really – it's a totally different ballgame if that guy plays. And
we just saw this with the Packers. Was Aaron going to play?
Yeah, it's like we just we're having a horrible run of luck too, right? Like catching teams off bye weeks. Yeah. Star quarterbacks missing multiple games, but hey, back in time and fresh and rested for the Seahawks.
Yeah, or teams coming off of bad losses where they're all pissed off.
Play
us. Yeah.
But I'm confident. Just after all that, I'm going to say, you know what? I like our chances.
Okay. I mean, we could get Chris Carson back. We'll have to watch the injury reports as the week goes on.
I mean, are we going to use him now?
He's practicing, so we'll see what happens there. D. Eskridge is back, I guess. He saw some game action against the Packers, so we're getting guys back off of injuries, and of course Russell is back, and he'll be have another week of practice under his belt, and these won't be the shadow reps. He's taking the real reps. Will the Band-Aid be off? We don't know. Remains to be seen. But a big one coming up against Arizona, and we've had a lot of big games against them, as the years have gone on here, and I like the way that Russ plays Arizona, and I also am kind of confident, especially seeing what they did last weekend. And, of course, I know a lot of it depends on who plays or whatever, but, even without Kyler, they got a lot of talent on that team, and Carolina took it to them.
It was a thrashing of sorts.
Yeah.
And, I didn't get this. Did you see the game?
I didn't really – I was watching Red Zone,
Okay.
So they were going back and forth. I have to admit, there wasn't a lot of touchdowns in the Seahawks game, guys. So at some point I was like, let's see what's happening on Red Zone for a quarter. And Cam Newton was back. There was a lot of
Superman is back. Yeah.
In that game. Yeah. He let everybody know too. I'm sure you saw.
As he should.
Yeah. Tell him.
Big Cam Newton fan. I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. He gets to go back home. He's just a winner, right? Won 3 national titles in college. So it was good to see him back. And an incredibly efficient day. I'm looking at the stats. He was 3 or 4 for 8 yards.
Well, I think
and a touchdown.
The energy that he came with, the team obviously played well. His energy on his celebration, the personality, the identity that he plays with, and that leads me towards our Seahawks this weekend. We talked about it on our last episode. Identity is the number one thing that this team needs to establish on both offense and defense. They don't have it right now, and they got to get it figured out. And they got a tough, little stretch here, or at least this game coming up in front of them. It's not like there's any off weeks in the NFL anyway, but they got to figure out who they are, Lofa. And like you and Mike were talking about on our last episode, who's going to make that decision? And what will it?
Well, even if Carson comes back, like you said, Carson could be coming back. He practiced last week, just didn't finish the week on a high note. So they were like, hey, we'll save him for next week. If he comes back, are we even going to use him? That was my question to you. Because I'm looking at this. I didn't see the game against the Panthers that Arizona had. 34-10. I see 37 runs over here. So, someone can run the ball on them. Are we going to chance it? Who knows? And then even, was it P.J. Walker, the quarterback, 22, 29, 167. He had 1 interception, but overall, he just did what he needed to do. So it's
where does this decision come from then? Mike raised an interesting question on our last episode. We have to stick with this because everyone from the fans to other people around the country, like Mike, and he was talking about, the narrative around the country, around the media, around former players, sort of in the zeitgeist. It feels like everyone can see the problem with the Seahawks except the Seahawks ? Or except number 3 ? Or Pete Carroll ? Everyone knows they need to run the ball, then play action off of it and hit stuff over the top or hit passes when you need to. That's the recipe.
Yeah.
He won't do it.
Our identity for years was just wearing teams down, both sides of the ball. Whether it was Marshawn and that offense, running it down their throats for 4 quarters, and then Russ, unlocking 3-4 deep balls.
Well, can you take us onto those headsets, though? You've worn those headsets. What goes on?
My question
is game plan in the first quarter, or is Pete on there going, guys, run the ball? Or, Well,
like I said, most of the times the ability to check with me offense where they give them 2 plays, they go to the line of scrimmage. Usually you're going to check from a run to a run. There's not a ton, Manning, Rodgers, the greats. And, I know Russ is a great, but for whatever reason, I don't know if it's the offense. I don't know if it's the scheme. It's not working. So just go to the line with 1 play and just live with it, rather than having people think, because I think that could be a problem. Everybody up at the line, which one is it on? Are we going to stay with this play or are we going to the other one? And so, because like I said, there's been no rhythm. And I hate to bring it back, but when Gino was in, there was a very clear game plan. And it kept us within 1 point, 1 score of every game.
Yeah.
So, and it's I don't know why it's not working right now, but it's pretty obvious what we need to do to get back on track, and it starts with balance instead of throwing the ball 40, 50 times. There's never – you go in the history of the game, and a quarterback had to throw the ball 50 times. There are very few times he won the ball. He won the game. It was most of the time they're coming back, from 2 or 3 scores.
Well, and let's just do things that make sense. I mean, honestly, like when I'm just – look, I'm just an idiot on my couch. What do I know? But when I'm sitting there going, why is the fade route being thrown to Penny Hart? Why are you using even your own personnel in this way? It just doesn't make much sense. Like it just doesn't seem like there's just I don't know. I don't get it, man, because like there's a bunch of smart people in the organization. It's an NFL organization. They watch all the film. They do all the things. Then why doesn't it make sense on Sunday? Just like I love Penny Hart. I'm sure he's a good dude, but he's not DK Metcalf. I mean, No, absolutely.
And then, I think it was just the perfect storm, man. I mean, and I'm glad we're over it and we're on to the next one. And
well, it just, I was watching the Rams game, right? And like there's OBJ in the Rams uniform. And here we were like a couple episodes ago just talking about OBJ and all this stuff. And it's like, I don't even know if we'd use him if we had him.
Can you play running back? I mean,
what would we? I mean, when you're not even throwing the ball at the guys that you do have, what would make you think you'd throw it at him when he came in? I mean, I don't understand what's going on. You take D. Eskridge so high in the draft, and all he does is run fly sweeps.
Yeah, but we haven't had him like all year, right?
Yeah,
we had him for 2 games.
True.
So,
no, true.
What
about defensively though, coming up this game? Because like you said, a lot depends on who plays for the Arizona Cardinals, but I think the defense, they played well against the Packers. I mean, Aaron Rodgers, come on. Like I know he was coming back from all of his stuff, but I mean, it's still Aaron Rodgers. And through 3 quarters of that game, we're in it. I mean, they're keeping you in it. They're giving you a chance to win. I think the defense has maybe found something. What do you think that is?
Yeah, I didn't give much credit, even though it's an offense, NFL organization. I didn't give too much credit to the Jacksonville win. I give a lot of credit, even though we lost, 17-0. That game, just like Mike Wall said, should have been probably 30-0 with the opportunities that Aaron Rodgers and that offense had. So, they shutting down the run game, which, it's hard to do when you got Aaron Rodgers back there and you really only want to commit 6 or 7 to the box to make sure that, hey, at least Aaron didn't push the ball 20 yards down the field, 3 times on this drive. And so, whatever they're doing, it's good. The young guy, Brown, looked good. Huge 4th down stop. We had that fumble. We got to get more turnovers. Like I know I keep like I'm a broken record. We need to run the ball and we need turnovers. Run the ball, turnover. But I'm telling you, if we get a couple turnovers, we obviously put that ball in the end zone. And,
well, I think look when we were. Oh, sorry, did I cut you off? I'm sorry.
Well, I'm just saying we shortened the game that way, and that's really the sad reality that we've come to. We don't really have the explosive offense that we've known in the past. Yeah, we have some playmakers in Metcalf and Lockett, but we don't have the rhythm or feel on offense that we've had in the past. So in the meantime, what we got to do is shorten the game. And save our defense.
And like I've been saying, I mean, and everyone can see this. The identity of this team needs to be defense and run the football. That's what it was when we were in the glory days of years ago. And that's what it should be again. The defense is bringing it. Quandre Diggs, he's laying some licks on people. It is fun.
Yeah.
And then the offense comes in and just kind of goes 3 and out and then run. Like we got to that energy has to carry over into the rest of the team because the defense, I feel like, maybe it's the leadership of Bobby Wagner. I mean, obviously Ken Norton, you know him from your time there. Like whatever they're saying in the defensive room, they got those guys fired up and ready to play. And if the offense could have a little bit of the same energy, I just feel like who knows?
What if the offensive coaches coach defense this week and the defensive coaches coached offense?
Hey, man, we would never throw the ball.
It just might work then.
They would never throw the ball, and all of a sudden, Nick Ballore might actually play fullback and lead the way, and we would I formation, 2 yards in a cloud of dust.
Give Nick Ballore the ball.
I mean, dude, when they put up the time of possession graphic, I know we're talking Green Bay, we're supposed to be talking Carolina or the Cardinals, but when they put up the time of possession in that game, 2-1,
40-20, yeah, something like that.
and but we're still shutting them out at that point. I think even it was like, guys, offense, come on, man, you got to stay on the field. I think Russ needs to run more. We talked about that. And they just need to capitalize on their opportunities and the defense too. Like when you get a chance for the interception, you got to get it. Jamal did. I think Jamal, he took a step in the right direction last game. He's been coming. We haven't had our kind of negative, let's talk about Jamal segment in a while. Oh. So we'll see what happens against the Cardinals, right? He seems like he's playing better lately. Yeah, he looks good. 10 tackles or 10 or 11 and a, red zone pick. That was huge. Keeping points off the board. If we're nitpicking, I mean, maybe he could high point it and, use his speed to go the other way with the ball. Because, I mean, we didn't get anything done on offense, so might as well just try to be the offense too. Yeah. But, yeah, no, I was pleased with how he played. Yeah, I mean, for me, like a little more pass rush, you can always use more pass rush. Carlos Dunlap, like I think stats-wise even, like our pass rush numbers could be a little bit better if I'm getting nitpicky, but yeah, I think the defense has found something, and this week is going to be a real test, that's for sure, especially if Kyler plays. Let's zone in though a little bit. Let's zone in on the rest of the NFC West, because like I said, I mean, dude, you want to talk about energy? The 49ers are coming with it. Deebo Samuel, I mean, that chain, how big was that chain, by the way? The medallion on the chain, right? I don't know if you guys saw that, but yeah, he is. Wow. Probably one of my favorite players to watch in the league right now. Oh, just he reminds me of who? Like who does he remind you of? Maybe like Anquan Bolden or someone. Just super physical. Yeah, Quan was way underrated. That guy was unbelievable, and this guy might even be a little faster. Oh yeah, than Quan was. Well, I think he's the number 2 right now statistically receiver in the league, but no love nationally, really. No. But this is a guy that makes the most of his opportunities, man. Yeah, and absolutely. He might get 5, 6 targets. He's got 3 for 100 and 2 touchdowns. It's like, and then they use him at tailback too. I mean, he is an absolute monster. I picked him up. I don't even think anyone drafted him in our fantasy draft. I'm not even kidding. I think he's on my team. I auto drafted. I think they gave me Ayuk. That's why I love him so much. But I mean, dude, they're lining him up at running back. Yeah. And he looks good. Yeah. Yeah. And they took out the Rams. I mean, so what's going on in the NFC West right now? Because, the Cardinals look like they were running away from it. They've lost a few. The Rams, the last 2 weeks, your guy Stafford. In prime time, what I tell you, wait till the playoffs come. If they make it, I don't know what happens. It's like, yo, what happened? What just happened? But, the Niners, they are not out of this thing. It's especially with what I saw. And that was kind of impressive. They were using that fly motion, right? And they were throwing a toss that was almost like a counter cutback. It was zone meets fly sweep meets gap trap. It was like the most beautiful thing I've seen from a scheme, because that's what you have to do. If you're not getting it done with the plays that you have or the players you have to adjust, just like Mike Wall was saying. He's like, oh, you got to make do with what you got. And he just brought out a whole new offense that I don't think anyone's ever seen. And it gave the Rams hell for about 3 quarters. And then all of a sudden, when they start creeping closer and closer to stop the run, what happens? Boop, right over their heads. Yeah, Jimmy G. Yeah, great game by them. And I think, even for the Seahawks, I mean, if they can get it together, and I think that's part of what might be a little so frustrating about this season is like the carrot is right there. It's like dangling, and it's like every time we have a chance to kind of reach out for it, we just kind of can't get there. And this week would be a huge step in that direction. I think, last week would have been a great one for momentum and just like keep building on it, and just, you keep the guys in the back of their mind, just like with that belief of, okay, we're right there. And I know that we still are. I think if the playoffs would end right now or in a week or two, like 4 and 5 is actually, I think, going to grab a 7 seed if I'm not mistaken. And we're 1 game, 3 and 6. So, this is a huge game, a must win.
as my friend likes to call it.
Well, this is all caps, underlined, Control B, bold, Control I, italics. Put a couple asterisks,
bunch of exclamation points at the end.
I mean, put some arrows pointing to it. This is a must-win game, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I mean, look, Russell Wilson. Look, for all of the criticism, for all of the questions that we ask, for all of everything, like, he's not going to go out like this. He's not going to let this team just sort of go silently into that dark night. I mean, he is a fighter. He's a leader. He's going to have them ready to play. Bobby Wagner and his triceps and biceps and everything else. They're not going to. They're going to bring it. And you know, and we got to bring it for them too, right? Like I know I was negative on the last episode. But, you know, as it goes on, guys, I slowly get back, and I'll be there by the time Sunday rolls around. And Lofa, let's officially zone in because of Zone In CBD and Zone In.
I thought you were about to give the Independence Day speech there. I go sailing into the night.
Close. Get on top of the Jeep and grab the megaphone and send Randy Quaid into the middle of the mothership.
I think you need to give a pregame speech.
I love that the solution to save the world was to send Randy Quaid in a fighter jet and Jeff Goldblum with a nuke. Anyway, I love that movie. Welcome to Earth. Anyway, let's do some.
You gave the Cam Newton, I'm back.
Yeah. Let's do the predictions. Okay, so and you guys can make your predictions on our Instagram. Go find the game day post on game day this Sunday. Tell us what the score is going to be, and if you get it correct, we will buy you a Seahawks jersey. If there's multiple winners, we'll put all your names in a hat and draw one out. But make sure you get your pick in this Sunday. These are our picks. Lofa, what do you think is going to happen this Sunday against the Cardinals?
I mean, it's really dependent if Kyler plays or not, but I'm going to say that he's not playing right now, even though he's trending towards playing just to try to ruin our lives. I think it's going to be fairly low score, not as low as 17-0. That was very low. I'm going to go 23-21 Seahawks.
Okay. All right. I like that. Now, guys, I've been so positive, or I've tried to be.
Oh, he's going oppo.
In these tough weeks, I've tried to be so positive, and I pick the Seahawks, and I pick with my heart, and it never works out. I'm gonna try some. I got my hands behind my back. I got some fingers crossed, guys. I have to make the pick with my head this week, and hope that it works out for us. Right?
The reverse whammy.
Is that allowed, Lofa, or not? I don't know if I'm gonna get in trouble or not here. Am I allowed to pick against the Seahawks on a Seahawks show?
It's your show.
I want them to win, though. You understand, right? What do you mean? It's our show. Am I allowed to do that or not?
Yeah, you can do whatever the hell you want, man.
Oh, no. All right, well, you guys can let me know in the comment section if this is allowed or not. My official pick for this week, and I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that it's reversed. But my official pick for this week is Arizona 27, Seahawks 13.
Ew, 13. Gross.
This has been another episode of the Seahawks podcast. Thank you very much for listening. That's all the time we have. Leave your prediction on our Instagram. If you have questions or comments, you can email us anytime. It's SeahawksPod, SeahawksPod @gmail.com. I hope that I'm wrong. I hope that Lofa's right. I don't know where your heads are at, 12. Let us know on our social media. It's @BelieveInSeahawks everywhere. BLEAVIN Seahawks. Wherever you're checking us out on social media. I think Believe has a TikTok too. So, if you have kids, tell them about our TikTok. I love you, buddy. I'll text you during the game. We'll see how long you reply. Bye, everyone. Oh, wait, break us down, Lofa. Break us down.
We need the damn ball.
Yes, we need the damn ball. I love it.
Turnovers on 3. All right? Mm-hmm. Now, takeaways. We're going to take the ball away. There we go. That's how we call it in the defensive room. Takeaways on 3. 1, 2, 3. Takeaways.